Hi everyone, this is Tanya from Flying Dog Studio. Thank you so much for joining me as we start a little course. Now as you can see, I have already drawn out my piece and put some tape around the edges. So let's take a look at what we are using today. This is what I use to draw it out. I have a Lamy Safari All-Star pencil, and then I have my very trusty Tombow Mono eraser. I have a kneaded eraser, which I'm going to use right now to kind of knock those lines back just a little bit. That kind of gives me an outline, but it's not too dark. Now, this is a Derwent Inktense pencil, and it is in the color Baked Earth. I'm putting this on just to give a little bit of tint to the paper. I don't really like working on white paper. This gives it that tea look without actually using tea. I'm using moderate pressure. I'm going to come back with my Winsor & Newton from their Cotman series, the mop brush, so I can get a lot of water on here and spread it out. See, that looks just like tea. It makes me want to go make some tea. But I'm getting that on there again just to give me something that's not white paper, because we're going to be covering everything with color. Now, if you haven't done my courses before, if you'll hop on over to my actual channel and take a look at the courses tab, you will find all of the courses listed there. Let's take a look at what we're going to be using, and then we'll talk more about courses in just a minute. I have the Winsor & Newton watercolor pencils. I'm not going to show you the colors right now. We'll talk about it as we use each one. Then I have several brushes. Of course, the blue handle brushes are from the Winsor & Newton Cotman series. If I can hold them still, I have a size 6 and a size 3 round. This is the size 8 round from the Royal and Lane Nichols Zen series, and I have the other essentials. And then I have this. And this is a little cutting board that I got as a free gift from Walmart grocery pickup. The back of it is textured. Hopefully you can tell that right there. And that's going to be our palette and our key to painting this piece. But first we need to get, you can see antique pink. I'll try to hold those up there for a bit so you can take a look at the names. We are going to get a wash on this entire piece. And we're going to use these watercolor pencils as colored pencils. We're going to come in, just color. Now I'm skipping around a little bit through this. This is something that we're not laying down anything special or doing any special techniques. I'm just coloring one petal at a time. Why am I doing that? Well, I'm doing that so that I don't smear my pencil lines into the coloring itself. I've already knocked the lines back, but I don't want to take any chances. So in this video, we're only going to be looking at how I lay down the base color for this piece. We're just getting our initial wash. This is a little bit different of a watercolor style that you see me do if you watch my channel. If you're new, welcome. I'm happy you're here. And if you join me often, welcome back. You know, I'm always happy when you guys show up. But I wanted to do something that is a little bit more detailed, takes a little bit longer, requires a little more layering of color. I've taught art for over 20 years, and I've taught children that are 4 years old all the way up to adults. And I can say that as we become adults, we become a little more set in our ways, and we know things that we like to do. And I had a student once that I taught this technique to her. She was in the adult class, and she said, "This isn't the way I do watercolor." And I said, "Well, it's a different style. It's something that I want to teach you. So give it a shot." And when she did it, at the end, she looked at me and she said, "Well, I didn't think that was going to work, but it actually did." So she stayed with me for years until I switched to teaching only children and didn't have adult classes anymore. So my point is, if you've never tried this technique before, give it a shot. And one thing I don't want to do on this channel is charge anyone. I don't want to gatekeep, and I don't want to charge anyone for lessons. So when you're on here, I'm not going to have a page that you can join. I have no intentions of doing that. I don't have a Patreon. If you want a class on how to do something, I'm going to do courses, and you can find those absolutely free, like I said, over on my channel. Just look for the courses tab. Those courses will have 3 to 4, and I don't know how many this was going to have yet because I'm breaking it up into bite-sized pieces. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this reference photo along with my drawing. I will have a drawing for you. I'm going to put it on my blog. Plus, I also have opened up an Instagram. And you let me know, which would you rather have, or which would you rather use to download these pieces? Would you rather do it on a blog site, or would you rather do it on Instagram? And I'll have all of the information down below in the description because it's kind of a new thing. I started it, and then I'm really not much for social media. I tuck it down and I put it back up because I thought this would be a good place to put these photos, and I'll have other reference photos for you too that we might not do pieces on here. They're flowers from my garden, different things from where I live, and I thought you might enjoy them. So for this part 1, we are only going to be putting on the wash. And this is just a very, very light thing I'm doing in the background here. The background was completely blurred out. The way I took the picture, I focused in only on the flower. And if you look at the reference photos, whether you choose the blog or you go to Instagram and take a look, you'll notice there are little bugs on this flower. I'm not going to draw those in. You can do that if you want to, if you decide to follow along. But I thought I would just go ahead and put the drawing out there so you can do the drawing, you can get the wash down. And if you're watching this as I'm putting it out, you're watching it hopefully on a Saturday. And then I'll post again on a Wednesday, part 2, and we'll keep doing that until we get all of the parts up. So you can look on Saturday and you can look on Wednesday and you'll see all the parts will finally get up there. I want to put a little bit in the background. We're going to do a whole lot more than this in the background, but I kind of wanted just a little bit of color. And you'll see it is a very little bit of color, but I kind of like to have a little bit in the background. If I'm going to be doing something in the foreground, it ends up being sort of like giving a mouse a cookie. If you've read that book to your kids or to your grandkids, or if you were a kid and it was read to you, then you know if you give a mouse a cookie, you're going to have to give him a glass of milk. So that's the way this works. If I'm coloring in the flower and I do a little bit in the background, the more I color in the flower, the more I'm going to have to color in the background. So I know that at this point I'm going to be doing a whole lot more, but I just wanted a little bit of reference of color in the background because these are the colors I'm going to be using, and I want to know how they're going to be working with that flower. So that's why I'm putting just a little bit in here. Now I am using it like this in this video where we color and we activate it with water. And if you see me pick up the dark handle brush, that's the Royal and Langnickel from their Zen series. It holds more water than those Winsor & Newtons. I'm going to be using the Winsor & Newton inside the flower because I want to control my water. I don't want a lot of water. And I wanted to go ahead and use it like pencils on this part because it's actually quicker just to color it in just very loosely and not really worrying. If you go inside the lines or outside the lines, don't worry about it. I know when we were kids, they taught us you got to color inside the line, but you don't really have to do that with this. So if you do, don't worry about it. This is just to give us a little bit of loose color, just something to build upon as we add all of those other colors in. Now, this is what we're going to be doing next week. We're using the pencils like pencils this week and activating them. Next week, we're going to use that little palette I showed you at the beginning, and we're going to be painting like this. And I keep saying next week, the next video. So this is Saturday, and I guess it will be the next week. It will be on Wednesday. So if you're looking for that on Wednesday, this is what we're going to be doing. This is the second layer. I hope you'll join me for that, my friends. But until then, I will see you in the next one.